Good morning. Good morning. What is going on, guys? It is 3:10 a.m. I'm on my way to the gym. It's Monday morning. So what that makes it the best day of the week. I was getting ready as usual. My schedule gets thrown off a little bit because I took a shower yesterday. And I'm used to taking one in the morning. And what I mean by my schedule gets thrown off is when you become routine, you get into a habit of doing certain things. And I was a little bit discombobulated which direction I wanted to go in. But I ended up getting in the shower anyways, and I think it cost me some time. And you might be thinking, well, why do I care about if you did or didn't get in the shower? What does that have to do with anything? When you wake up in the morning and you don't have a clear, defined plan, it allows for your day to go any direction. And you might think, well, at least I woke up. Yeah, on the surface, that's okay. But deep down, your purpose says that you should be able to get up and be in action, going at what it is that you want. And what's weird, and I do this periodically, almost every morning, is I'll start writing down a list of things I have to do. And now in this book that I keep, it actually says, what are the things you have to do today? And it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sometimes I don't have 5 things. Sometimes I just have 1. Then sometimes I got more than 5 things. But I have to prioritize in order from most important to least important. I guess my question is this: why do most people spend their time focused and thinking about things that aren't even in the top 4? Literally, list down all the things that are important to you. Try to put 20 things down on a piece of paper. My family, my kids, my health, my career, my house, my car, how I eat, my friends, right? And then go back through the list and scrub it one time. Pull out your top 5 things. I mean, out of that 20 things you come up with, there's 5 things that you ultimately know you can't live without. And take that list of 5 things and break it down to your top 1, 2. That if it did not get done, the world would end. See, when you think about things in terms of that way, you got to ask yourself, why are you not paying more attention to the number 1 and the number 2 thing versus paying a lot of attention to the number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20th thing? I got an answer. Maybe the 8th, 9th, 10th, 20th thing is easier to do, and you figure if you get through all those fast, you'll have more time for the number 1 thing. But what you're missing out on is the number 1 thing. Not only does it require more time and attention, but it deserves more time and attention. Whatever your number one thing is, deserves and requires more time and attention. And then you might say, well, my number one thing, I don't have the right education. My number one thing, you need money for that because it's a business I want to start up. The number one thing, I don't know if I could do it. Do you hear what I'm saying? Do you hear all the excuses I'm making? You forfeit doing the number one thing that, if done, could change your life, and you've exchanged it with the number 10 and 20th thing on your list. And then you justified giving up the number one thing, which could change your life, for the number 10 and the number 20th thing. And you justified giving it up with excuses. Well, I know what you're saying. You're saying that's not an excuse, that's a fact. No, a fact is I'm black. The fact is I'm a male. The fact is my shoe size. Those are facts. Those are undeniable, unchangeable facts. It costs money to start your business? Go sell something in your house. Get up the money. Need more? Ask somebody to give you a small loan who understands the profitability and what it is that you want to do. You don't have the education? Go read a book. That's all they tell you to do in school anyways. Go invest some of your money in 5 of the best books written by the best authors talking about the specific fields you want to be in and become an expert. Facts are something that are undeniably unchangeable. Don't confuse facts for excuses. But so often we will do the least of the most important that could change our life, and we're constantly waking up without a plan. I didn't wake up this morning without the plan to take a shower. I woke up this morning, looked in the mirror and said, I have already taken a shower. But because it had become so much a part of my routine that I had timed, I think, shaving my head, and I was like, well, I already shaved my head last night. Matter of fact, I didn't even take a shower. I took a bath. I took an Epsom salt bath while I read my real estate magazine. I took a picture of it too. It's hilarious. So maybe develop a routine of not excusing away why you're not doing the number one thing. See, even for me and my business, my real estate business, I understand that when I have deals on the table, it's more important that I take care of the deals on the table than doing marketing and advertising. And then I know that when there's no deals on the table, that it's more important to do marketing and advertising. So when there's work, work. When there's no work, work on the work. So you have to develop a system of things in your mind. Because that is the only way that things will work. Is by developing a system of taking care of the number one thing. So I remember when I used to have deals on the table, it was so funny because I would lose so much business and money. Like I could get the business, but I'd lose it. Or I wouldn't capitalize on it the way that I should have, because when I had business, I remember somebody telling me what you should be doing in real estate, but what they failed to tell me is how you should be doing it and what order you should be doing it in. Because I literally took what they said and ran with it, and next thing I know, I'm advertising when there's deals on the table. So now the deals are falling apart because I'm doing the wrong thing versus saying, hey, what's the number one thing in my business? Take care of the deals. When there's no business, advertise, market, because the advertising markets put more deals on the table. So deal with the harvest you got, deal with the crop you got, and then when there's no more crop to harvest, deal with the planting and deal with the seed. But if you don't stop putting the number one priority off, you're going to find yourself in a world of hurt. For no better reason other than you just made too many excuses.